Back again, just to continue that last lesson with a couple other tidbits here. What I had to tell my brain was that at any given time, there weren't a million notes. There were no random notes. There was either I was going to be simply, or when I jam on the guitar, I am going to be on, I am basically, much like having your right hand on the orange keys and your or left hand on the orange keys, right hand on the purple keys. I'm always going to be playing the orange notes or the purple notes, and that's it. That's all 7 of a major scale. No matter what key you're in, that's the pattern, and that's all you're going to be playing in. That's all you actually have to make music with. So what that did was it really helped eliminate my brain from just feeling like, where I was lost in no man's land as soon as I moved anywhere on the guitar. I simply see that there are only 2 areas to actually be in at any given time. When you're playing any song that sounds pretty much major or minor, outside of a couple of really cool jazz tunes, rock radio stuff is going to be using these 3 and those 4, and that's the only place you can be other than you're hitting a black key. Which, don't take that too seriously, because that can be interpreted in a lot of ways, but unless you're hitting a note outside of the scale you're playing in, that would probably be a better way to put this. Okay, what I'd like to do is do a couple more things. I'd like to finish off this chart here to see the same exact pattern build as was shown in this chart. Sorry for the quick flash over there, but you can get that information in the other 2 lessons. Patterns I see when I jam on guitar. Just going to go outside somewhere else here on the page that we can see. I'm going to move this page down here a bit. Here's some patterns I see. If I'm not thinking about the box and I just want to run some kind of scalar lines up strings and maybe travel across the fretboard in kind of a faster way. Not faster sounding with notes, but maybe just travel to a different area, playing some notes along the way, not just jumping. I just consider this pattern. To see it outside the jumble here is really helpful. You're basically going do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So there you have it. If the guitar was stacked perfectly, as a matter of fact, if you started on F, in between this jumble is exactly what you see. If we draw it like this, you very quickly have a fretboard major scale pattern happening under your fingers. Now, you would be able to put another, wouldn't it be perfect if the guitar was that easy? But this is where people, this is what really hangs up most guitarists, is the shift, 1 block shift on that string set. But if you can get that in your mind, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and these 2 strings operate normally again. It's just simply both of these are shifted up, so we can do the same kind of Oreo sandwich pattern. And there you have your E, A, D, G, B, E string. And if that was F, well, we're right on the white keys of the piano there. And F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. If you leave off the end here, you have a nice little square that happens. And that's an easy little bit to play. And if you're really savvy, you'll know if you learn some shapes from your guitar teacher, and he showed you what he called a Mixolydian scale, a Mixolydian pattern, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. That's a Mixolydian pattern indeed, and that's G, F, G, G Mixolydian right there. And what do you know? In a C major scale, G is the fifth. G creates the Mixolydian sound played. Um, well, we'll get into how to create a Mixolydian sound in another lesson. But there you have that. So to just basically complete this part of the scale up here, let's get this down as you so it can correspond with what you're thinking it probably does. No surprises. Everything works accordingly. We just filled in a box here. That should be able to spell out our entire line here, which is 4. So you have basically 2 out in the open squares, and square number 4 is once again in a box. And you have, oops, and look at what we did. Thing is with this, I knew something was wrong with seeing those stacked, because between G and D is the shift. You will not find the proper step. As you can see, I skipped 2. These are all the whole step notes. The half step is contained in a box on the guitar. How cool is that? Somebody was thinking of something when they made this. So there, my friends, is another 4 from the box. 3. Let's get this done here. 3. There's only one outstanding note. And there you have part of another box. Part of this complete breakfast. 4. And for matters of convenience here, let's continue to create all the purple boxes on the other side of a 3. Something's gone wrong. Oops, my friends. And let's continue this one this way, since that's working right. Hey, what do you know? Right here on the bottom strings you have we can call this the BCEF square. If you've been reading my blog in earlier fact-finding missions of the fretboard here, I encountered the BCEF squared and wondered what its implications were, and finally discovered them as I'm showing them to you. And I'm going to come up to this error I've created down the fretboard here and figure out what the heck I did wrong. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, no problems. Everything is correct. and filled in. Let's find our squares. There's a square. Following our classic octave pattern. And here's that broken square. Same thing that we went over. Here's another part of the square. And as you can see, the square always repeats in an angular fashion from the headstock here to the body of the guitar there. Your 4, 3, and here's a neat thing. Considering that it's B, C, and E, F, you can take an E. Let's see, B, C, E, F. Well, if I flip an E over, I have what looks like a 3. If I flip a C around and add a part in the middle, I have what looks like a 3. If I take a B, I can turn that into a 4, and an F. Also kind of makes a angular 4. B, C, E, F. Just some food for thought there. Here, let's do some labeling here. B, C, E, F. And find the squares. The squares are like your Rosetta Stone on the guitar. And I'm going to show you a final shape here. We've repeated up here, so we've got the messed around square is here. And on and on and on and on. And as you can see, we've created an exact copy of this layout here. Get them both in the picture there. Because of the colors, there's some differences there, but if you went over everything, it would be the same exact pattern. And just a couple more shapes for you folks here. I think we have an orange here and a blue here. Pentatonic. We should find our classic pentatonic shape somewhere here. Where is it? Our 1, 4, because there's a 4 there. What's next? Well, 4 purple squares. Fourth one being the entry into another square. Pretty cool, like little doorways that you can use to disappear and reappear in other parts of the fretboard, so to speak. Our pentatonic box. We need a 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, and all the other corresponding pentatonics are right before your eyes, right there. Pretty mysterious, huh? Your quote-unquote do not play notes are your pentatonics, but that's a loose term. Do not play. You will, when you're a good guitarist, use all 12 notes in a solo and know how to use these quote-unquote do not play notes as here's a secret, like a special seasoning for your solos. Ooh, a spice. Because, you know, food is good to eat, nourishes you, but if it's pretty bland, it's kind of boring. But if you add some spice, you can take some basic nourishment and make it fun to eat. You can take a basic solo and make it fun to listen to with special spice notes. But that's getting way ahead of the game here. A final purple-orange pattern here that I see a lot. See this, the Rosetta Stone square? Let's use this right here. When I jam, I use... Notice that this always occurs around the square. These 2 notes and these 2 notes. So you can be playing ahead of the square with 1, 2, your 4 fingers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you've played pentatonics, you know that pattern right there is kind of quick. You can hammer on and hammer off, and you can slide back and be comfortable. There it is right there. And you basically, with that, completed all 12 notes of the of your scale, actually all under your fingertips, and played, right there. Choose which one you want for the particular chord you're on, and which one note you want to target. And you can play fast, but target select notes at select times. Right in that little feature there. There's one that looks like I showed you here. That's the same exact thing. Contains all the notes that you need. Maybe one is missing. And then at the string shift, you can make up some things here that happen. And all sorts of other kinds of patterns will start developing, and suddenly you are not a pentatonic guitar player anymore. You are all over the fretboard doing all kinds of things. I'll jam for the outro here, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.